What's going on YouTube? Majesty Lewis with you, and on today's video I'm bringing a very interesting team. This team can easily take you to Master Ball rank and quite possibly get you to championship as well. Also, I'm gonna try to do that this season, but this is the team build. If you guys want to check it out, try it out for yourself. Let me know what you guys think of it. Original team had Kangaskhan, but I switched it for Tinkaton, having Mowbray come in handy on this team. But this is our first match of the day, guys. Let's check it out. Now, looking in this, with this team, if you leave Ferrograph and Vivillon as your primary lead, you can get away instantly. But this first match, I decided to go Blastoise. I was a little afraid of the Spartra, and that's why I was like, let me leave Ferrograph. If I start boosting the speed boost and doing all the combine that normally and typically they do, I was like, I can hit Trick Room, be slower than it, and make something happen. So that's why I leave Ferrograph Blastoise, and I'm like, this is an easy turn for me to go Shell Smash, boost ourselves, and try to go for Trick Room. But I was not expecting Sableye to go for Gravity and Spartra going for Hypnosis. I was like, this is a first. As I'm over here going for Shell Smash, I was like, yeah, look at me. Came out of the shell, full strong. And I'm like, now that Spartra is actually getting the speed, I'm like, it's gonna actually hit Hypnosis and it's gonna put me to sleep. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this Spartra as soon as possible before it does the Uno reverse on me. That's what I'm trying to do with this team, putting people to sleep, but they're doing it to me. But anywho, Sableye is over here putting some screen. I'm like, you go ahead and do that. Spartra, I don't think it's gonna live there, but it have a focus sash. We left it with one. I was like, there's no way, Jose. But left it with the focus sash. Now they put me to sleep. I'm like, I guess I'll take a nap. I'm like, we're over here sleeping. Spartra is over there boosting the speed. And I'm like, okay, the game seems like it's getting out of our hand. Hopefully we can get, a next turn wake up and go for water spout and maybe get some damage with the Sableye. But they decided to switch to this big old frog. They got Venusaur in and they went and attacked my Blastoise, minimizing my attack damage from the water spout. But we got our Trick Room going. I'm like, yep, now we're slower than you. You're over there getting speedy, but that's okay. I'm like, if I go for water spout now, it's not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna get any damage in return. And if I switch, whatever I switch is gonna take a hit. So I'm like, well, my best move is either let Blastoise go down, hope that it gets a wake up turn, possibly do some damage into the Venusaur. We target it with Psychic. That's just some good damage. And they went for Energy Ball. I'm like, oh, Venusaur is slower. Now that I realized that we actually went for Shell Smash, so we are actually a little bit speedy. They went for another Hypnosis, and I was like, well, I guess I'll go back to sleep while you keep getting on the speed boost. I'm like, well, my best bet is now bringing Tinkaton. I'm like, we gotta make something happen with it. And I'm like, they're gonna expect me to target the Venusaur a lot. And the only thing that Venusaur can do to Tinkaton is Earth Power. As it could be, the only damage to my Tinkaton. So that's why I went to Fake Out into Sparta. I was like, I can't let it, get away with anything. in case it was gonna do some baton pass shenanigan. I was like, yeah, nope, not now. Now we eating our chocoberry so we can resist this earth power. And I'm like, haha, how you see that? How you like that? And I'm like, well, I need Ferrograph to wake up. Let's take in another turn of sleep. I'm like, I think it's time to wake up. And I'm like, well, the only thing I can do is kind of like target Venusaur. My best outcome in here is waking up with Ferrograph, as I'm hoping that Charizard actually goes to protect, as they actually going for the Mega. They're actually making Venusaur faster than it is right now, and I was afraid now that Venusaur was gonna be protecting, and I'm like, no, but they didn't protect. We leave it with 3. As Ferrograph woke up, I was like, yes, this is a lucky turn for me. They're over there munching, and I'm like, I don't think that berry's gonna save you with this big old hammer coming directly to your face. We knocked it. Get it out of the field. And Charizard's over there throwing some heat wave at us. I was like, yeah, I think the name living this. But Ferrograph is bulky, and she's like, yep, I'm standing here munching myself with another berry. How you like that? And I'm like, well, I have Basculegion in the back, the most broken Pokemon in the game right now. And I'm like, well, they got Sableye. The only thing they can do is attack with Charizard. And I'm like, I'm under Trick Room, which means I can either be slower than Charizard or I could be faster. And I'm like, I can target Charizard, as I have a Focus Sash. They don't know that. If they try to, knock Basculegion, I'm gonna live with at least 1 HP and maybe get rid of the sun. And I'm like, well, let me target Charizard. This last turn, Trick Room. They might actually try to go for an attack move into Basculegion, but nope, they went for protect. And I was like, you kidding me? But that was to expect. It's the last turn of Trick Room, so they're gonna protect, waste a turn for myself, so that way Trick Room can end. But I'm like, I want to target Sableye just in case it have by any chance an attack move. It hasn't shown it yet, and I was a little worried that it would have like the foul play attack that typically have, or Will-O-Wisp, one of them two. I was like, haven't seen it used yet, but it's a possibility that it happened. So I'm like, well, Charizard protect on the last turn, so I can target it now. I'm like, let me go liquidation, as they went for Solar Beam. That's like their best attack move into the Basculegion, but they should have target Ferrograph, as we showed it in our Focus Sash. I was like, yep, we are living with 1. How you like that? But in return, we hit it with a liquidation, bringing it below half. I was like, yep, that is good damage. I was hoping that this Thunderbolt would knock it out, but it didn't. We left it with 8. It's paralyzed as well. And right here, I don't know what I was actually thinking. I should have just went for Aqua Jet. I actually overthink it, but like I said, I was worried that Sableye would have some attack move, like even Sucker Punch. At that point, I was thinking that Sableye would have, and like I said, I was worried about it. So I was like, well, I can go for protect. I saw that Charizard was faster, but then I didn't realize that Charizard was actually paralyzed. In this scenario, it would be even slower than Basculegion, so it would outspeed me if I would have not clicked Aqua Jet. But luckily they knocked me with the Heat Wave, and I'm like, well, I have Basculegion saved with 1 HP. Now I can go for Aqua Jet. I should have did this in the previous turn, and Ferrograph would have lived, as it, you know, it's just at 8% health. This would have knocked it for sure. Sableye finally shows protect. I was like, don't worry, I'm not trying to target you. I want your buddy right next to you. And we took it down. The harsh sunlight faded and they forfeit. Our first match of the day, guys, ended up in a forfeit. But yeah, guys, if you're liking the content so far and you want to subscribe, I would really appreciate it, as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this season. And I would like to have you for the journey. But let's jump in our next match of the day, guys. Now on this one, I'm gonna show you the Ferrograph Vivillon strategy. This is why I like to lead this way. Normally, if I see Whimsicott, it's a little scary, but because we have Ferrograph, they can do Encore into us, so we're not too afraid of it. So I'm like, they led Blastoise, Sableye. I was like, whoop, that is fine. Normally Blastoise in this occasion, they go for either Fake Out, Shell Smash, or attack. So I'm like, well, I can put that one to sleep, leave Sableye alone for now, as it's not much of a threat. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't need Trick Room right now. I'm not trying to give them the advantage. So I'm like, well, I can put it to sleep. Hopefully we can actually connect with the sleep powder. But they decided to retreat. Pelipper comes in. I was like, I don't know what was that for. I think they thought I was gonna Fake Out Sableye, but I was like, I had no need for that. Neither I have a reason to put it to sleep. I want to put Blastoise to sleep, as we did. The rain is dripping, well, it's pouring, should I said. And Blastoise, I was gonna say Pelipper. Blastoise took a Thunderbolt to the skull. I was like, yep, it's lightning right here. Now I'm like, I can put asleep Pelipper and go for another Thunderbolt. And I'm like, yeah, I can weaken this Pokemon, as Vivillon is putting them to sleep, making sure they're taking a good ass nap. And Blastoise over there resting, looking all nice, beauty. I was like, yep, for sure I can knock in one hit, but nope. They show us the Focus Sash. I was like, well, I guess one more turn. I thought about going for another sleep powder, but I'm like, I gotta get rid of this rain in case Blastoise decide to wake up and decide to target Vivillon. I'm like, well, I can switch into Torkoal, get rid of the rain. And I was like, yeah, now we created a rainbow, and Blastoise wake up. They target my Ferrograph, and Pelipper wake up as well. I was like, how lucky are you, buddy? I know they nerfed the turns of how you stay sleeping, but they got it right away. But we knocked them. I was like, yep. Now that the sun is up, we're still throwing some Thunderbolt. We knocked it. I was like, no more of you. But they bring our Chaladon, the worst nemesis. Not anymore. Now that we had Torkoal in here, I was like, my only option is, yes, Pelipper can go for White Guard, or it could go for Tailwind. But I'm like, I can go for Protect and hope that Ferrograph live, and I can set up Trick Room. And if we do, we can get away with the game. And they went Flash Cannon. I was like, can you live? And we do. We do live. We're munching over here a berry. I was like, this is delicious. As we're set in Trick Room. And I'm like, you show me White Guard. I'm not gonna fall for it. And I'm not gonna throw a spread move I just want to get rid of the Archaludon. And I'm like, if it's not sturdy, it's gonna be a one-hit knockout. And we go for a helping hand. I was like, let me help you real quick. And Torkoal was like, well, thank you. As they're going for White Guard. Like I said, I was like, I'm not falling for that. And we showed them the balls. I was like, yeah, how you like them fireballs? Charlatan goes down. Hyliper is just standing there with just 1 HP. And you can just keep flopping over there. You're no threat for me right now. You can't switch. You can't change the rain. The sun is going to be up there. And we get the win as well. This is why I lead this way, guys. This is why this team can get you to Master Ball if you're trying to, guys. But let's check our third match of the day, guys. Today the video is going to be a little longer than usual, but it's because with this team I was having so much fun and I wanted to show it to you guys so you guys can see how this team operates and how easy you can get some win. Now I was like, well, if it ain't broken, why fix it? I was like, let's go again with the same strategy. Go Vivillon, Paragraph, and have our Trick Room in the back in case we wouldn't need it. But Blastoise is not supposed to be in Trick Room. It's more of Torkoal. But I was like, I have options. If I decide to go Trick Room, I bring Torkoal. If I don't feel that much of a threat, I bring Blastoise. I try to get a either way double knockout. And now I see Vaporeon. I'm assuming they were expecting me to leave with Blastoise, but I was like, nope. Nah. I want to put you guys to sleep first. And I know they can't go for Fake Out. So I'm like, I can go for Thunderbolt into Vaporeon, hoping I can connect with the Sleep Outer and the Sneasler so it can't do nothing. And I'm like, let me see if I can put you to sleep. And they're thinking what is their best move. Assuming that we're gonna go for close combat, trying to get, speedy. We're over here waiting for what they want to do. We went Sleep Powder. I was like, can you take a night? They went for a sleep and can't do nothing. They went for Ice Beam. I was like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. Luckily we live. We take those. Yeah, we take those. Now we want Thunderbolt. That's a good bit of damage. And I'm like, well, Sneasler is over there sleeping. Vaporeon is munching with an apple. And I'm like, well, I'm faster than both of them now. Sneasler is sleeping. I can go for Sleep Powder on Vaporeon. If they don't switch and if I connect with it, they're gonna go to sleep. And then if I connect onto Sneasler with Psychic and it doesn't wake up, it's gonna go down if it doesn't have a focus sash. Doesn't wake up, and we go Psychic on it. Doesn't have a focus sash. I was like, yep, you went down. So yep, I'm glad we are doing this way. Yes, they're not standing a chance with us right now. Now I'm assuming they're thinking of what they want to bring. They got a Lakasam. Sorry, I think I said that name wrong. But I was like, they might protect. A Lakasam is actually one of the fastest Pokemon. It's one of the ones that can outspeed Vivillon. But I'm like, well, let me switch out into Blastoise, hoping that I can get a Lakasam to sleep, and hoping that I can actually go first. Weird choice card. I'm like, for sure we're faster, even though Lakasam is faster than us. And we connect with it. We was like, yep, keep having those spoon in the air while you go to sleep. Vaporeon keep eating over there. I was like, yeah, you're not a threat for me right now, other than having Ice Beam. Now that everyone is asleep, I'm like, I can keep Vivillon safe in the back. I was like, you did your job. You did a hell of a job. Appreciate it. I thank you for that. But now it's the turn of Paragraph to come back in the field. And I'm like, Blastoise needs to go for a Mega. I'm not gonna go for Water Spout, as I'm thinking the Vaporeon has the water absorb ability, and I don't want to give him health. I'm like, nope. Targeting Lacazette, I need to get rid of it, get it out of here. As we do, Vaporeon wake up, and I'm like, Vivillon is not there anymore, buddy. It's Paragraph turn. I'm like, well, what can I do now? Now that I already took 2 of their Pokemon, what do they have? They had this this tree looking like a ghost. I'm like, yeah, that ain't no threat for me. Like, I'm faster than both of them. I was like, the only thing that I can do is either set a Trick Room or target Blastoise. But I'm like, let me give a hint to my buddy Blastoise. Can you get rid of this tree? We go Dark Pulse on it. We took it for 1-hit knockout with a swell. Over here cooking with Blastoise right now. And you see, guys, this is why I lead Paragraph, Vivillon, and you can get away with the game if they don't take the first turn and wake up right away. They're over there healing, but they only have 1 Pokemon left. I was like, for sure, I can just go for the Thunderbolt. You're not doing nothing on Paragraph. And I can, set up with Shell Smash. As Vaporeon is bulky, I need enough attack damage to be able to, knock it out. As they keep going for Skull, they're trying to, get my Paragraph down. It gets the burn. I was like, no, but it's okay. We did Thunderbolt, as you're seeing. It's not doing that much. That Vaporeon is bulky, but I'm glad it's the only one they got. We're over here trying to get rid of it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go with Dark Pulse, Thunderbolt. I should have went Helping Hand. That would have done more damage. We left it on 2. Helping Hand would have definitely give us the win right there. But they win another Skull. But we still got the dub. Paragraph put in the work, even though it's burned. I was like, yep, we are doing it. We are doing it. That's another one in the book. And this is our bonus match of the day, guys. Like I say, I was having so much fun with this team. I went on a 4-win streak before I record this. And I was like, yeah, I gotta show my Majestic Nation. If you guys made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate. Let's keep growing the channel, guys. But let's get back into the match. And on this one, I was a little worried about Charizard, and Garchomp, and Whimsicott. I was like, those are kind of like my main threat, especially Charizard and my Milotic. I was like, I don't think I can do the same strategy again, Paragraph, Vivillon, as Whimsicott can do, some shenanigan. And I was like, I don't think I can do that. Not thinking that I have on Tinkaton and Paragraph, it won't let them do Encore to me. And I should have just led as I was doing. This is why, guys, we lead that with Paragraph, Vivillon. Don't change it. I did, and this is what cost me. But yeah, guys, let's check this match real quick. I'm like, well, Sneasler can fake out, but I can actually fake out, and I can set a Trick Room. But I'm like, I don't want to give Sylveon the speed on the trick room, and I'm like, well, I can go for water spout or fake out Sylveon so it doesn't do nothing in this turn. But then I'm like, if Sneasler has a focus sash and Psychic leave it one, it's gonna prompt the focus sash and it's gonna be the fastest Pokemon in the field, and that's not gonna be good. So I break the focus sash. In case they have one, they yell at me. I was like, can you please don't yell at me? They did a lot of damage. We went Psychic. We knocked it. I was like, yep, you can outstand this damage. We knocked it. I was like, yep. Sneasler is out of the field. And I'm like, now I gotta target Sylveon, because it's not. It's gonna, get away with the game, and it's gonna cost us. I'm like, now I gotta set up Trick Room, but then I'm like, Garchomp, it's gonna go for Earthquake. Sylveon might protect in this turn, so I'm like, I can go for Helping Hand and target Garchomp. And we were like, well, let me go Dart Pulse. Hopefully this is enough. We went Helping Hand, and I was like, whatever you do, please don't knock Blastoise, don't want Rock Slide. And I'm like, please don't flinch, no flinch, no flinch, no flinch. We over here munching, eating our berry, and we don't flinch. Starbucks connect, and we took it down as well. I was like, well, we took 2 of their Pokemon, we still got 4. Sylveon is still over there yelling at us, saying that it's hungry, but I'm like, this is not good. Blastoise went down. We already took 2 of their Pokemon, and I'm like, for sure, I might get away with the win, but I'm like, if I don't set Trick Room, I might lose. But then I'm like, if I set up Trick Room, they're gonna outspeed Basculegion, and I'm like, whoa, I gotta outspeed them with Basculegion, as this is gonna be my win condition right now. So I'm like, I know for sure Sylveon is gonna protect, and I'm like, well, I can Scout, go for protect myself, even though I have Focus Sash. I don't want Sylveon to break it with yelling as it's been doing. And I'm like, well, let me protect with it. And if Therigar goes down, fortunately, it's gonna have to take one for the team. And I was like, yep, I can try to make the best of what I have in here. I was like, they're doing the Mega. It's gonna be the Charizard Y, but nope. They showed me Charizard Mega X. Assuming this is the one. They were protecting as well. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm not targeting that slot. Protecting myself as well. And Sylveon is over there yelling. I was like, can you stop yelling? I'm not liking that. One bit. And I'm like, well, I got Torkoal now. Now that it's not Charizard Y, I'm like, now I'm setting the sun, and I'm like, now that I need a Tinkaton, I don't have it. And I'm like, I should have brought it, but I thought I could have, either set up Trick Room if I wanted to, if not, but it is what it is. I should have brought Tinkaton, but they went Dragon Claw. That is not enough. We take those, one last respect. We take it, one hit knockout. This move is broken. This Pokemon, I love it. They're yelling at us. That's not doing nothing at us. Now I'm like, whoa, can you catch this ball on fire? They can. They live it with 51%. And I'm like, for sure we can live another Hyper Voice. But we're faster with Basculegion, as we didn't set up Trick Room. We can get this one as well. But yeah, guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you if you made it this far. Thank you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.